And all I'm trying to say is that until we change the variable of the candidature of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we should forget 2028. That is why I am with Kennedy Agyapong, that the variable that must be introduced into the New Patriotic Party as the leader of the party, okay, after the January 31st election is Kennedy Agyapong. He is that variable that can be able to win us an election, because the variable that we have never presented before lost us an election in areas where we thought we would win. We thought we would win in Zoho communities. We lost. We thought we would win in Muslim communities. We lost. That's what I'm saying. The president, John Dramani Mahama, is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. He's a Northerner. He won in Muslim communities. So in this country, we have never had religious competition. We've never had tribal competitions. And so I don't think that that conversation should even be introduced. So I shudder to always get surprised when I see that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is always saying that when you're presenting facts, it's tribal conversation. When you're presenting facts, it's religious conversation. I shudder to think that. But you have been running mate for 8 years, from 2008 to 2016. And I saw a post, and I really wish it wasn't true. I saw a post that is accredited to him that stated that when he was defending the party in 2013, the party did not say he's a man person. I hope that statement is not true. But if it is, that's a very unfortunate statement. Of course,
we don't have that statement.
Yes, of course. That's what I've seen that going around. You understand? That's what I'm saying. No one ever looked at Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's tribe. No one ever looked at his religious identity to make him the running mate and to make him the vice president, or even to make him the leader. No one looked at that. That has never been a variable on the table. The variable on the table has always been a leader who can win us an election, and we had that leader who lost an election. And so if we had that leader who lost an election, why can't we present a new candidate? You understand? And this whole thing about marketability, let's look at it. I am with Kennedy. Kennedy has been a 6-term MP. And I have stated that anybody who has gone to parliament as a member of parliament is a potential leader of a political party. It's also a potential leader as president. We have seen that in this Fourth Republic. Okay, I think that there are about 2 people that have become presidents that have not gone to parliament. If my mind says me right, that should be Jerry John Rawlings and John Nkansah Mills. Aside the 2 of them, every other person has gone through the mill. Okay, and then Jerry John Rawlings won a first-time election in 1992. And so I'm very confident that if we present a candidate who is a winnable candidate, that candidate can win a 2028 election. That goes against the fact that you should bring a candidate multiple times, because it is not the multiplicity of which you bring a candidate that makes a candidate win an election. It is the value-driven proposition that the candidate brings. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo lost the 2008 election. We went into a by-election in Tain. It was 23,000 that John Nkansah Mills used to win the election. Nana Addo had over 47 to 48%. Then we said that because Nana Addo has performed well, we should bring him in the 2012 election. The 2012 election almost was a tie. We know that we won the election. That is why we went to Supreme Court. We were there for almost 8 months. The reason why Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo had over 1 million votes in the 2016 election was because it was being added up. But look at this. We lost about 1.7 million votes. How long do you think it's going to take us to recover?
But isn't there history to guide you, as you have just espoused, that, I mean, no one has really won it the first time when they show up?
I said that Jerry John Rawlings won that election the first time that you stood up. Oh, my brother, look, let's be truthful. It was the Fourth Republic, and he was the first president of the Fourth Republic. He was a military leader.
Irrespective.
It is not irrespective. No, it's not. He could have lost that election. Let's face it. He could have lost that election. We said we will not contest
and consider that,
but he lost the 2024 election.
But he can win 2028.
But he lost the 2024 election.
Can he not win 2028?
We can't bargain the future of the New Patriotic Party on one particular candidate, which is why we are presenting Kennedy Agyapong. We believe that the Ghanaian people want him. The taxi drivers, the Mokola people, the university students, the lecturers, the chiefs, the businessmen, they want him. They are calling for him. And I believe that he's going to win this election. I am very confident that when we present a new variable in the 2028 election, the New Patriotic Party is going to find itself at the Jubilee House. And I think that should be the argument. This election should not be an election of religion. It should not be an election of tribe. It has never been part of the New Patriotic Party. Have you ever heard the New Patriotic Party ever campaign on tribe or religion? It's never been. It has never been an issue, and it is not an issue.
And that's basically what Dr. Bawumia is calling for.
Well, we are talking the facts. What he's saying is that we shouldn't talk about the fact that he lost in Muslim areas. We shouldn't talk about the fact that he lost in Zongo areas. We shouldn't talk about the fact that his influence is diminishing. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. And I heard him. I have the recordings. He stated that we had one seat in Boku when this, but the candidates at the time were not from that tradition. We presented the candidates, and the factors for which we presented Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the fact that he was going to bring more votes from the north. That did not happen. It didn't happen. The data is there from the Electoral Commission. Everybody can check that. Okay? So I think that we should check out very early. I'm with Kennedy. I'm campaigning for Kennedy. I want him to win the election. I've traveled the length and breadth of this country. Everybody is saying, Modi Kennedy ba yebeto amamo. Why don't we bring Kennedy?
You're convinced that out of the lot, he's the most viable.
I am convinced that out of the lot, I am convinced that the fathers of the party, I am convinced that from the time when the party began, he's been there. He's seen the tradition of the party. He knows the party people. He remembers the party people. He's always fought for the grassroots. He said, Mumbua party through, help the party people. The party belongs to the people. President Kufuor has always stated, help the party people. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has always stated, help the party people. It's been the language of Kennedy Agyapong from 1990 till date. He's been the most variable voice, consistent voice, and credible voice since 1990 till date. 24 years in parliament, serving in various committees, communication, budgeting, intelligence, defense, national security. What can't he do? He's a leader par excellence, created over thousands of jobs. The jobs that Kennedy has created is more than the jobs of revenue that GRA collects. Yes, of course. Check the data.
Isn't this an exaggeration?
It's not an exaggeration. Check the data. The data is clear. GRA revenue is almost 9,000 people. Check the jobs that Kennedy has created. Tens and thousands of people that have been created jobs. There's not been a single politician in this country that I've seen has created more jobs than Kennedy Agyapong. Self-made man from 1990s. Worked very hard from the US all the way to come and serve his people. Consistently held their same seat until he decided he will not go again to become the leader of the party. Being campaign manager for John Agyekum Kufuor, being campaign manager for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in Central Region, in Eastern Region, in Ashanti Region. Worked very hard. He knows the nitty-gritties of winning an election. And I think that the New Patriotic Party, in fact, if the New Patriotic Party wants to be very fair, this is an election that should be a referendum for Kennedy Agyapong.
You think so?
I think so, but
because
of course, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That is because it's a democratic party.
Because other people believe they can also serve the party. Yes.
Which is why I'm saying that it is because it's a democratic party. But who has served more? Who has given more? Who has sacrificed more? Who has toiled more? Who has been dragged through the drain? Just look at it. I mean, I'm young, but when I hear the things, I'm like, there is no other person that I can campaign for at this time than Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, because the defeat is abysmal. I don't even know how we are going to recover. But the only way we can recover out of the 1.7 million people is to bring a new variable. That new variable is Kennedy Agyapong.
Some concerns have been raised. We've heard Dr. Bawumia seek to condemn what appears to be religious and tribal bigotry. In his words, the camp that he's accusing of saying has rejected that accusation and say that the words of their aspirants should not be twisted. What is going on within your party?
Nana, it's a challenge. You see, I am a young politician, and as I observe what is going on, I'm very troubled. You know, when we state the facts as it is, we've gone into an election. We lost the election terribly. We are going into another primaries. Everyone is campaigning. There are people that have picked up nomination forms from the party that are desiring to be flag bearer to lead the party. We are campaigning on facts and issues. We have never been presented with a situation like we have had now, which is having a flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We've never been presented with a situation like that. And so that situation was presented as flag bearer, and then that situation was presented to the Ghanaian people. In the situation that was presented to the Ghanaian people, you saw the numbers. I started to think why Dr. Bawumia would begin to state that when people are stating facts, it's tribal bigotry and it's religious intolerance. I started to think that. Because when Dr. Bawumia himself was campaigning in the 2024 election, he stated to his own people that he's a Muslim. He stated that. No one said that was religious bigotry. He stated to his own people that he's from Northeast and that they should vote for him. No one stated that those were tribal bigotry. But look at the data from the election results. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in the 2020 election had about 35% in maybe Upper East, Upper West, to John Dramani Mahama, who had about 65%, even though he lost the election. In the 2024 general election, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who hails from the region, it was a very, very keenly contested election. He had about 22%. A reduction, a decline, a massive decline from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's election of 2020. We're going into an election again. We are putting the facts out as it is. We've done election in Pusiga, in Wale Wale, in Boku Central, in Navrongo, in Boga, in all the most populated environments where we felt that your candidature should win as an election. And it did not win as an election. And so if people are campaigning, and they are campaigning on facts, that for the New Patriotic Party to win the 2028 general election, we need to win that election with a new candidate who presents a new variable. That's all we're saying. Okay? I belong to the Kennedy Agyapong camp.
Okay.
That's all we're saying. Over the weekend, I think that the comments that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is referring to is a comment that was made by Dr. Brian Echampo.
Yeah.
Those comments were facts. They were clear facts. Clear facts. You recall when we were in government, I was a spokesperson on governance and security. And I'll tell you this, Nana, each time there were crises in Boku that I came out to speak as a neutral from a government, I had threats. Yes, threats. And so I ceased talking about issues in Boku. I ceased. I had threats, clear threats against my life. And so there are no tribal bigotry or religious bigotry in the New Patriotic Party. In fact, I think that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has had one of the most significant opportunities in the New Patriotic Party than any other person in this Fourth Republic. Why do I say that?
Yeah.
In 1990, when the Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition was being formed, there were people that were part of the formation of that union. There was Edu Buahine, there was Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, there was John Ajekum Kufuor, there was Kennedy Agyapong, there was Yao Boache, and lots of people who were part of the formation of the Dankwa Dombo tradition. They funded the party in 1992, funded the party in 1996. President Kufuor won the election in 2000, won the election in 2004, won the election and ended in 2008. And then John Evans Atta-Mills took over. It was during the 2008 election that the party, together with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, brought up Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the proposed running mate, because the issue to solve at the time was an economic issue. I'm not too sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the candidate of choice. I have heard that it was supposed to be a female running mate. Okay, but Mahmoud was given the opportunity at a time when he didn't even have a party card. Okay, became running mate for 8 years, had an opportunity to become vice president for 8 years. This party was formed maybe 1992, calculated 33 years. He's been leader of the party for 16 solid years.
Leader?
Well, running mate, number 2 leader.
Wow.
For 16 solid years. Well, he was leader as flag bearer. Almost a year. We're going into another election. So he's been leader. He's been from number 2 all throughout to number 1. Our New Patriotic Party is not a party of tribal or religious. We don't condone to that.
Just a quick one. We know that as flag bearer, automatically you are leader of the party. Is that it?
It's a yes and no.
Okay.
It's between a conversation of an egg and a chicken.
Okay.
You are leader of the party in an electionary year because you've just been appointed a flag bearer. If you lose the flag bearership election, like we lost the 20, you no more the leader. The leadership resigns to the chairperson.
No, I was actually asking because of the time period you gave.
Yeah, time period.
Exactly. And in that period, he was either running mate or vice president.
Of course.
So did he have any significant power or authority in the party?
Of course. He has significance. He was number 2 of the party for 16 years. 8 years as running mate, 8 years as vice president. Yes, number 2. He sits in the National Executive Council. He has a voting right. So he's had the opportunities that no one has had within the New Patriotic Party for 16 solid years. And so when I hear that everyone is campaigning on facts and Dr. Mahmood says that they are religious and tribal bigotry, I'm surprised because the New Patriotic Party does not condone to that. It is for that reason. Okay, Nana, it is for that reason that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said that regardless of where you come from in this party, you would have an opportunity to lead it when the time is right. You recall when the then flag bearer for the NDC stated that there is no way NPP will give a Northern an opportunity to lead. You recall that?
Yeah.
And then, boom, the NPP has given a Northern an opportunity to lead. So the NPP political party is not a tribal party. It's not a religious bigotry party. We are open to everybody. Now we are going into a major contest and we are campaigning on facts. We lost an election. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a Muslim. He's from the north. We lost every single Zongo in this country except Winneba. The data is there. Data does not lie. So if you state data, then it is tribal bigotry. If you state data, then it is religious bigotry. That's why I'm saying that we presented a candidate we have never presented before.
But will it be fair to attribute the loss to him, the way you're putting it?
But who stood for the election?
He did.
Of course.
But were there factors that will determine the outcome of the election?
Nana, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo lost the 2008 election. He lost the 2012 election. And he won the 2016 election. So who stood for the election?
He hadn't been in government then.
Oh, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was former Attorney General. He was former Foreign Affairs Minister. He was he was a former MP. So he's been in government. You understand? So who stood for the election? There's no way we can attribute the loss of the 2024 general election to any other person than the candidate. That's true. I mean, I don't know where that school of thought will come from.
Irrespective of the factors that may have caused the defeat.
What factors would cause the defeat? What factors would make President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo win in all Zongos and cause Mahmoud Bawumia lose in all Zongos? What factors are those? You tell me.
The core committee should be able to tell us. Unfortunately, it's not being made public.
Of course, at least the executive summary tells us. And no one is running away from the executive summary. Look, the conflicts around the country cause a significant cause for our loss. And that's what I'm saying. If we don't change the variable, okay, look, let's do a simple arithmetic mathematics here.
Right.
There's a mass scenario that has been put in place by the National Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz.
Okay.
We've put the equation in place and we're supposed to get ethanol. Putting the equation in place, you are not getting ethanol. You must change a variable to make sure you get ethanol.